I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Thank you, Mark. I believe, Jennifer, you're going to run up here and do the pre-service announcements. Oui? Yes? Bien sûr? Si? I'm going to go sit down.
Good morning. Thank you for coming and celebrating with us this Sunday morning. I was so hopeful yesterday. The sun came out. I was like, and then this morning I was like, get my sweaters back out. So thank you for everybody for being here. If you don't know where you are, this is Ventura Center for Spiritual Living. This is our Sunday service for everyone online. Thank you for joining us online and taking this time with us. If you watch us online, please like and share. And there's some other stuff that I always forget. If you're a YouTube person, you know what you should do to help promote this and share us with your friends and family. If I say anything and it's too fast, which has happened, everything I'm talking about can be found at www.venturacsl.org. That's our website. We have all of our information is on there and is updated. If you have any questions about that, you can call our office or email office@venturacsl.org and I will fix it. So that's my job. So let's see, what do we got? If you won Gourmets for God, you got an email from office@venturacsl.org. Please check your spam and make sure that it's not sitting in there. I will be calling probably Wednesday if I haven't heard from people that have won bids and haven't paid. If you're here today and you haven't paid, go see hopefully Kathy or me in the bookstore and we'll sort you out. Just a quick announcement, maybe you didn't notice it, it's Susan Burrell up here today instead of Reverend Bonnie. So our chanting service that was on our website and on our email that went out had to be changed. Reverend Bonnie brought a little frog back with her from Alaska, and she is resting her voice at home. So today we have the wonderful, amazing Susan Burrell doing a talk, and the chanting will be instead of our congregational songs. So just a few changes, but it'll still be great. Next Sunday, we have the Venerable Kusala Bhikshu as our guest speaker. And he has written a book. So we'll have a book signing after service. So the books are for sale in the bookstore, and so we can and the cat. So and next week our outreach is collecting food for Ventura animal. Ojai, Ventura Animal Shelter in Ojai. So it's on the website. I should go look that up. All right, what else do we have coming up? We have the new membership class Sunday, June 9th. That'll be noon to 1. It'll be facilitated by me and Reverend Bonnie. You can sign up in the social hall if you're interested on coming to that. We have a workshop June 15th called Music as a Spiritual Practice. That'll be 1:30 to 5 p.m. That is facilitated by our wonderful music choir director, Mary Kerrigan. Through the use of music, participants will be encouraged to develop an ongoing practice of transformational growth. You can sign up online, or you can sign up in the hall, and it's priceless pricing. Save the date. We have a Building Appreciation Day coming up on July 13th, and there'll be more details to come as we come up with our list of things that need to be done. After service, we have hospitality through these doors. So there's coffee, tea, hot chocolate, little few snacks. And if you want to help with volunteering in any of our areas like hospitality, please see the wonderful, where is she, Bernie Austin? She was greeting, so she is in the back. So see Bernie Austin, she can sort you out. If you have any questions about anything that I've just said, or questions about the center, we also have ambassadors, and our ambassadors today have teal stoles on. They were probably when you came in. Pam, let's see. Oh, it's Rhina. Rhina, please stand up so everybody can see you. And Pam Kelly in the back. Thank you so much for volunteering to be ambassadors today. So please seek them out and ask them your questions. Anything else? No? All right. So next we have Mr. Bill coming up with our youth. Mr. Bill from Youth and Family, and he's bringing the kids up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Stand up today. So today, with Youth and Family, we've decided that sometimes we need to remember who we are. And every week we do this in Children's Church. And we decided you all should get to know and learn and benefit from it as well. So we're going to share our prayer with you. And I invite you to stand up if you'd like. Make sure you got some room around you so you don't clock anybody in the head, because you're going to be moving your arms. Okay? Everybody ready? 1, 2, 3. We say, God is everything.
God is everything.
God is perfect.
God is perfect.
God is in me.
God is in me.
So I am perfect.
So I am perfect.
I am grateful.
I am grateful.
And I let go.
And I let go.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Can we talk on your microphone? Yeah. I want to talk on your little.
You were talking in the microphone.
Of God, I hold you in my arms. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my arms. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
And now Peter Frank, extraordinary practitioner, is going to pray us in.
And I invite the ministers and practitioners to stand and anchor this prayer with me. And just thinking of those little kids and how they open their arms to the perfection. And I invite each and every one of us to open our arms or put our hands on our hearts and know that perfection within each and every one of us. I invite you to just take a breath. Breathe that in, how perfect and divine we are, each and every one of us. And slowly let that out. Gracefully, gracefully. And it is from this place that I anchor this prayer in this day, today's service, knowing this divine presence of God in everything and in everyone. And as it is everywhere, absolutely divine and present within me, it is within each and every one of us. That I know that today's service is unfolding in magnificent and beautiful ways. That the brightness, the lightness, the joy, the laughter, the truth of who and what we are is being revealed in ways that we don't even understand, but we know deep within our hearts. And it is from here that I pray and know that today's service is unfolding in ways we could have never imagined, but that ripple out throughout our day, throughout our week, throughout our lives, throughout the people that we meet. So it is a blessing for our earth, for our planet, for our families, for our church, and for ourselves. So we anchor that in, remembering who and what we are. And for that, I give thanks. And I release this prayer into the law, knowing that good is done, and so it is.
And now Hugh Rose is going to read a really, really powerful prayer by Ernest Holmes for us.
A Prayer for World Peace by Ernest Holmes. I know there is but one mind, which is the mind of God, in which all people live and move and have their being. I know there is a divine pattern for humanity, and within this pattern there is infinite harmony and peace, cooperation, unity, and mutual helpfulness. I know that the human, being one with the mind of God, shall discover the method, the way, and the means best fitted to permit the flow of divine love between individuals and nations. Thus, harmony, peace, cooperation, unity, and mutual helpfulness will be experienced by all. I know there shall be a free interchange of ideas, of cultures, of spiritual concepts, of ethics, of educational systems, and of scientific discoveries, for all good belongs to all alike. I know that because the divine mind has created us all, we are bound together in one infinite and perfect unity. In bringing about world peace, I know that all people and all nations will remain individual, but unified for the common purpose of promoting peace, happiness, harmony, and prosperity. I know that deep within every person, the divine pattern of perfect peace is already implanted. I now declare that in each person and in leaders of thought everywhere, this divine pattern moves into action and form to the end that all nations and all peoples shall live together in peace, harmony, and prosperity forever. So it is.
So it is.
Now.
Now. So I'm going to invite David and Kevin to come up and assist us in singing that amazing, deepening prayer of I am remembering who I am. And as you go into this prayer, I invite you also to take the words of Ernest Holmes that you just read and really anchor it into the cells of your being so that we are that group that leads from love and light.
I am
And then just taking a very deep breath, feeling that presence of oneness and peace within. And when you're ready, open your eyes, being with what is as it is. And so it is.
So it is.
Thank you.
Here I am, a vessel to be used. Whatever Spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be, I will be. Here I stand. My heart is open wide. Whatever love is leading me, I will go, I will go, I will go. Here I am, a vessel to be used. Whatever Spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be, I will be. Here I stand. My heart is open wide. Whatever love is leading me, I will go, I will go, I will go.
So I have a bit of a cheat sheet here of the order of service, and there is supposed to be a Memorial Day moment, a slide. Have we seen that? Could we see that? Because today is a day of remembering. Today is a day of remembering those who across the world have fought on behalf of our country and who fought giving their lives. So we hold their memory today, anchoring it in the peace, in the love, in the oneness of our hearts, knowing absolutely that their gift of life was not given in vain, but was given for the highest good of all. Again, not only for our country, but for the world. So if you would read with me the affirmation. Thank you to all who have given everything for our country. Thank you to your families that carry on your memory. Thank you to those who work towards peace to make your sacrifices mean something. And so it is. So, before service, and Jennifer was talking to me about that Memorial Day slide, and she's like, well, it's going to come right before you speak, and I hope you're going to be okay with that and not be crying, because I tear up. It hits me, And I thought, I'll be fine, because it was going to come earlier, and I'd have a break, So we'll see what happens. I can feel the emotion stirring, which is actually interesting, because I have a question for you all. Are you energy in action? Yes, I'm hearing yes. Wow. Because the truth is yes. And why is that? That's because we're all energy all the time. And so either we are aligned with our highest good or we're a little discordant with it. But it doesn't matter because the energy is always flowing. So I have a group of light leaders, and we're doing work together. And something came up this last session about undulating flow as energy. So I want everybody to just kind of move your shoulders, just get that energy flowing. Can you feel it? Wow. So something else I teach all my students, and you're all going to get to learn it. You're actually going to get to learn a few things today because it's more of a teaching talk. You can use this at any time. I want everybody to put your hands together and just rub until you feel a friction. And then pull your hands just a bit apart, just a little bit, and begin to feel that energy pulsing. Don't worry if you can't feel it. You just practice this and you will. Now what we're going to do is we're going to give ourselves what I call is an energy bath. So you're going to put your hands just a little bit above your head, and you're going to activate those hands to pull off anything that is unlike love. So as you move your hands down your head, your shoulders, wherever you might feel energy is kind of stuck, just move it all the way down the body system. Begin to feel that energy being pulled off out of your system, out of your cells, down your legs, your knees, and then you're going to focus your hands towards the earth and just send that energy down into Mother Earth, who always knows what to do with really good energy. And then when you're done, just shake your hands, wipe them off, because we're not going to carry that around anymore, right? I see a lot of glowing faces now. That just moved a bunch of energy. So the next question I have for you is, do you consciously know how to move your energy? Are you aware when you're aligned with what I choose to call source energy, spirit, some people call it God? Are you aware when you're aligned with that, or are you aware when you're out of sync, a little discordant? Yeah, a lot of people are saying, yeah, that one, the discord. Okay. So what happens is energy is flowing all the time. That's the undulation, right? It's flowing all the time. It's the source of all beingness. It is the source that fuels the universe. And when we align with that energy, as everybody knows in here, when we are in alignment with it, everything feels good. Our life is in a positive trajectory. We're happy. The people around us are happy. Even the curmudgeons at work are kind of happy, right? But when we're misaligned, then it sometimes feels like we're stuck. So we're going to talk about that. Albert Einstein said, energy cannot be destroyed. It can be transformed. Energy can't be destroyed. It can be transformed, right? So think about the Mobius coil. It goes back and forth, but nothing is dying, so to speak. It's all transmuting. It's all transmuting on different levels. So we're going to talk about the universal spiritual laws, of which there are many, 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 many more than at least what I was taught when I was becoming a practitioner. We're also going to talk about the rays of light, which are vibrational systems. And then we're going to talk about how to move energy. So the universal laws, first of all, are very ancient. They're an ancient metaphysical system that they've tracked back at least 12,000 years, maybe more, in terms of written stuff. And these universal laws were here to help human beings have instruction on how to grow their soul, how to evolve their soul. And when these laws were being practiced, people were in sync. And then what began to happen is there were people that didn't like being in sync, I guess, maybe. And so those universal laws got moved into a secret place called the mystery schools. And you had to have special access, let's just say, into the mystery schools to understand the universal laws, to learn them, to learn how to apply them in life. And I think it was the same with the rays of light. So the universal laws, like I said, are always in action. They help us grow our intuition. When we are in tune with our intuition, we are in sync, right? We can feel the energy moving around us. And conversely, when we move out of sync, one of the main things that gets us back into sync is our intuition. Listening to our higher source, listening to our wisdom within our heart system. And that is part of universal laws. They align us because they're always in action. And so the reason why the universe, we say a lot in Science of Mind, everything's in perfect order, divine right order. The universe is in divine right order, and it's because of these spiritual laws. And what happens is they become the building blocks of us co-creating with life. So I really feel like it's easier when we learn about the universal laws, it becomes easier to align ourselves when we feel yucky. You know, when, like today, we woke up. Thank you for that affirmation. Aligning ourselves when we feel yucky, right? So today, many people came in going, oh no, it's gray, it's blue, it's dark, it's yuck. Bleh. Well, then moving into the universal principles of oneness, or you might go into the law of detachment, to just detach from what you think about what the day looks like. Or you might even move into the law of polarity, where you get to look within yourself and see, why do I not like it being all foggy? And what's the opposite of that I could then bring up through my inner awareness with my intuition to see the day differently. So that's just a couple of examples. So I just finished, this is why we're having the talk on this, I just finished teaching a class called Energy in Action, and it's based on a book, Energy in Action, by Sherry Ann Boyle. And in the book she says, manifesting is energy in action. How many people want to manifest really happy, happy, good, good? Yeah? Okay. So manifesting is energy in action. As emotions move, higher perceptions or intuition increase. In these higher states, you are able to notice, witness, observe, allow, receive the process of transmuting the formlessness, right? Which is opportunities, abundance, health, peace, freedom, transforming it into form. You may also create the opposite. Here's the law of polarity showing up. You may also create the opposite. Take what is form, like a fearful thought, and transform it into formlessness, nothingness, no thing. So we can take our fear thoughts and move them into no thing. You are the creator of energy, and you can connect to other creators of energy, both in the physical and non-physical realms. So part of what that's also speaking to is energy, because it's always fluid and always flowing, it's important that we pay attention to our emotions. Because the emotions, when unaddressed, when unprocessed, like in my case, I just stuffed it all down, way down most of my life, you know, especially the stuff that felt negative, right? But even love, I stuffed it down because I didn't know what to do with it. And the anger, the fear, I didn't know what to do with it. So when we push our emotions down, they stagnate. Again, energy doesn't ever is not destroyed, it's just transformed. And so you take that energy, those emotions, and if you push them down, it becomes this really yucky. Well, I mean, what does stagnation do? We've seen waterways that are stagnant, right? It just is yucky. So that's why it's important to process the emotions we're feeling, and we can become, at least I'm attempting to become fairly good when the emotion hits me. If I'm feeling anger, I notice, and yeah, I got to have my reaction. I am a Scorpio. I got to stomp around. I am a redhead. I got to stomp around and be reactive, but eventually calming that emotion, noticing it so it can be transformed, transmuted. So some of the laws we got to study was the law of, like I said, polarity, the law of detachment, the law of correspondence, the law of compensation, and the law of divine oneness. And we're going to have an experience of that law later in this talk. So again, when we're aligned and aware of the spiritual laws, then we can become aware that, wow, I'm really attached to this outcome. I want it this way. And we can go, okay, wait a minute. The only way the energy is going to move is if I let go. If I let go of my attachment. And so then we can choose to align with the law of detachment, which helps us release all those strings and cords and shackles of what we think is supposed to be, so that what the infinite presence of source energy is wanting us to experience, we can experience. And again, because we're really only here to be souls that are evolving, and hopefully evolving into more light and more love and more health and wellness and peace. So, because everything is that cycle and undulating flow, here's an action you can do. So when you are in your daily life beginning to feel like you're reacting to something, or something hooks you, or you feel sad, there's 4 steps you can do. Begin to notice, wow, I feel a little sad today. I really think and you don't have to figure out where it's coming from. You can if you want, but that takes extra time. In my case, it takes a good 2 or 3 days. But you can notice, okay, I'm feeling really sad. And then what you want to do is observe, okay, is that sadness landing in my body? Am I holding on to it? Am I coveting it instead of expressing it? I tell everybody, my morning practice begins with a half a box of Kleenex. Because I sit down to do my spiritual practice, and the first thing that comes up is grief. Why? I don't know. But now I know I have a box of Kleenex with me all the time. And once that sadness moves a bit, it's going to be gross, but I won't. Once that sadness moves a bit, then I can really get inside to that source connection and see where am I really? And then you can ask, is this sadness, is this sorrow mine? And if you're empathic, which I think a lot of people are, you can discern, okay, it's not mine, it's the global state of the world, which, at least for me as an empath, that knocks me over quite often. So you notice that you're having a reaction, that you're feeling something, and before you allow it to get stuck, anchored in, this is the challenge, you're going to observe it. You're going to watch those feelings and feel them. Feel them. Give yourself a few minutes if you're triggered and you're angry, or give yourself a few minutes if you're feeling happy. Laugh, but feel the emotions, because that's energy in action. That's the movement of source energy moving through us and clearing us. So usually when energy isn't flowing, it's because, like I mentioned earlier, we are stuck in a trauma. We've been traumatized. It could trigger past trauma, and we don't even know that it's the past trauma. We just think it's happening now. And so the grief or the anger or the fear is the wound, right? Now, again, you don't necessarily have to go to the source of the wound. That's what's brilliant about aligning with the universal spiritual laws and working the rays. You don't necessarily have to know the how, the why, the who. You just have to notice within yourself with high intention to be at one with the divine source within you that resides in your heart. So then, after you've noticed and observed, you're going to allow those feelings, just to move through you. Just allow it to move through you however it needs to, without judgment. And that's a challenge too. Moving it through and letting the emotions process themselves out. Again, that undulating flow. And then what happens is then you open to receive the insights that come after that clearing, to receive the insights of maybe this is where the why of the reaction shows up, or maybe this is the who of the reaction, but you won't be as attached to the desire to punish, maybe that's just me, judge, all sorts of those things, because you've processed that energy. So notice, observe, allow, and then be open to receive. And what happens is your intuition then becomes wide open. And this is the whole point. Moving forward in this world right now, it is vital that those of us that are light bringers listen to our intuition, because the intuition is the guidance system. It's now in charge of the ship. And if it's not, it's vital that you move your energy, the stuckness, so that you can really hear what it is that's yours to do, or yours to be, or yours to clear, or yours to guide. So, when we have reactions, I'm just going to sum this up. When we have reactions and our energy gets stuck, we're blocking those emotions, suppressing them. Another good one is controlling the emotions. How many people like to control the emotions of others? I knew more hands would go up, right? Because I'm not the one having the tizzy fit, it's you over there. Except that it's not, right? So that controlling what's happening, controlling all of that, that's what happens when we're suppressing. And when the energy is stagnant, we develop a leaky ship. We develop a leak. You don't even know, because the energy begins to get siphoned off. So instead of holding a container that's full of light and kindness and love, when we have stuck emotions, it bores like a little hole and it gets siphoned off into a different experience. And so for us to maintain our wholeness, our peace of mind, our oneness, it's important to notice when the energy is stuck and move it, because I don't want to see any more leaky ships walking around. No more. Because it is in the idea of all of us are one. As one of us clears our energy, it clears all of us. So the work that you do, the inner work that we do individually, is the thing that supports the one, the allness, the I am presence. So as you clear your energy, as you align with a higher spiritual law, whatever it is that you're in need of, there are people on the planet that are in need of the same thing, like the law of detachment. There are people that are in need of detaching from their circumstances. So as you clear your muck, within, then it helps facilitate clearance for other people around the world. You don't have to be in the same room. That's why it's energy. It's undulating. It's non-local. It's constantly flowing. It's in vibration, which means that we can tune up to a higher frequency of vibration, of love, of freedom, of happiness, of oneness. So let's go into the rays of light. Now, this is interesting because the laws are the building blocks, I'm going to work with the law of detachment. I don't know why that's so important today, but I guess it is. So let's work with the law of detachment. Well, that's the building block. I get that I need to let go of something I'm holding on to. I don't know how, but I'm going to try. And when you sit in alignment with that law of detachment, you can bring in the ray that has been paired with it. Sherry Ann Boyle paired rays with these laws, and this one was a pink ray. So you can bring that energy, that vibrational tone of just focusing on a pink ray of light. Sounds easy, right? But it has to happen within yourself. Now, some of the students found that they already had all these colors, which we all do. We all have all these colors within us because everything is within us. There is no thing outside of us if we really get this philosophy. So they were noticing that when they would focus on the pink ray, it would start from their solar plexus or their heart and just expand out and surround them and fill their aura. Other people, myself included, I bring the ray down and in, and then I expand it out. So, but the vibration of that energy, the energetic vibrations, just like ripples, right? The energetic, it sends out what you're dropping in, right? So if you're dropping in a pink ray for detachment, it sends those ripples out. It sends that vibration out so that not only you and the very cells of your body are being cleansed, are being cleared, so is it for everyone else, especially when you sit and focus on also sending this out to others. So the rays are kind of magical. They move in a they move in a wave pattern, kind of like this. But for some people, it can be like this, right? But so you see that there's like a cycle. Again, the Mobius coil, right? So it comes out and it goes in, and it comes out and it goes in. And so just if that's helpful on how you're imaging the ray to come in or see it, you can also put the ray of light, whatever ray, into a bubble that surrounds you so that you don't have to be afraid that the world is going to get you or the negativity is going to get you. You can put in whatever color you feel is what you need that day into that bubble, and then you've got a huge protective factor that goes out into your auric field. All right, so the rays are also the stream of consciousness that have built the universe. The universe. So the reason why I'm talking to y'all about this right now is because have a lot of people been feeling a lot of weird energy over the last month or so? Like, have you been feeling kind of, and nauseous and tired and confused? Yeah? So that is, you're not alone, first of all. Everybody's feeling it because we're energetic beings, and that is energy in motion, right? And what's occurred is that we have moved from living a 3D life, which is very material oriented. This is whatever this is, you call it, podium. And you can touch it and feel it. We've moved into a higher dimension, which is called 5D. And in the fifth dimension, there is only love. There is only love. And many of us are actually in that point of acclimating between still being in 3D, because we are, and that's necessary for our soul's growth, and being and moving and receiving intuitive information in 5-dimensional reality. So, okay, that sounds really woo. I know. I think I'm the queen of woo right now. Because I'm feeling this, and I'm walking in it, and I check in with other people that I have circles with, and I'm like, are you feeling this too? And they're like, oh yeah. And I was like, oh, thank God, because I can get out of bed now. I don't have to think I'm sick. So 3D began or happened way back, way, 12,000 plus many years ago. We were spiritual. We lived on the planet. We hunt, ate, worked, whatever, but we were still connected to source energy. Just like newborn babies, they are still part of source energy. And then as time and the divine masculine began to harden and a patriarchal top-down modality became the important thing, we moved into materialism. If I had all the toys, I got to not only go home and play with them, but nobody else got to have them. And isn't that great? Because they're mine, 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 mine. So we've moved now from spiritual to material. And what I believe we're witnessing in the world is a breaking down of that material hold, mental hold on materialism, back into spiritualism, a spirituality, a connection to source. And that also means a higher frequency, a higher dimension, a higher vibration. And so again, as we pay attention to this transmutation that's occurring and recognize that there are spiritual laws that have already begun working in the new paradigm, the new reality, that as light leaders, we are going to lead others into a place of love, of compassion, of humanity. As we align with the laws and use the rays, we lift higher and we lift humanity higher. So you guys want to try that? Okay. So we're going to work, I got chills. We're going to work the law of divine oneness, okay? So I'm going to ask you guys just put your feet on the ground and center into yourself. And imagine or feel within your heart that connection to divine oneness, knowing that you are connected to a high frequency of love, of light, and knowing absolutely in that divine oneness there is safety, there is protection, there is a deepening within your heart, within your soul, within your gut of oneness. And so I'm going to ask you just take a deep breath, breathing that alignment in and exhaling. And then another deep breath, feeling the alignment of oneness and exhaling. And then in the idea of undulating energy, we're going to hum together 3 times, so you don't have to be embarrassed, okay? Ready? Again, another breath, humming. This moves the energy. And one more breath, clearing as much as possible with the hum. And now with the next breath, really deeping into that alignment with the law of divine oneness. And you might even begin to imagine what that actually looks like for you, for others. In this alignment of oneness, you might see images, you might see nothing, and that's okay. And then we're going to activate the silver ray of light. And this silver ray has the qualities of unity and consciousness. It clears DNA, it ignites your soul purpose, it provides energy to sustain during times of immense challenges and change, releasing old patterns and restructuring new systems. And the ray is just pure, crystalline, clear. It's silver. You might see the silver. It might look like a hazy gray, but just begin to feel it either dropping down through your crown chakra and filling you with that crystalline, pure, transcendent light, and bring that ray all the way through your body, just like we did that energy bath earlier, all the way through, allowing your cells to soak up the silver ray, allowing it to just undulate through you, flowing. And begin to notice that as this ray goes in, it's constantly in motion, this beautiful, crystalline, clear silver ray. You might feel it expand beyond your physical, mental, and emotional bodies. You might feel it blanket you. Just begin to feel it, allow it. Breathing in, breathing out. And then together with the breath, I'm going to ask that we just radiate this ray, this divine oneness that we are feeling right here and now, radiating it down into Mother Earth and then sending it around the planet to each and every human being, animal, plant, any sentient being that is in need of the reminder that there is only one here. Just send that silver ray all the way around, feeling the connection within, the connection on the other side of the planet, feeling connected to that infinite presence of the one. And then taking a very, very deep breath, becoming present to now, this room, the chair, where you are, knowing absolutely that the energy you brought in this morning has been transmuted into oneness. And I have some affirmations I'd like you to repeat with me. I live and move in an atmosphere of love. I live and move in an atmosphere of peace. I am love. I am peace. And so it is. So just remain in that space. There's no thing to do differently, and I'm just going to anchor it in prayer. So how good it is, this moment, this day, to feel that frequency, that vibration of source energy that is absolutely the divine oneness, the divine givingness, the divine allness that blankets the planet and guides each of us in our daily living. How good it is to recognize and know that there is universal spiritual laws that are always in action for our highest good, that there are beautiful rays of light that we can utilize and align with that transmute everything. All we need to do is ask. And so I know each and every individual in this room or watching at home has felt the power and the presence of the one, of the divine givingness, love of Source. And knowing this is so, I know each of us move forward in our daily life, raised up, beginning to see and feel that fifth dimension quality of love, communicating only in love, only in peace. So knowing that that is so already, I celebrate this. I celebrate our time together. I celebrate the divine givingness of Source. And I release my word into that law of love that is always in action for our highest good. And I simply let it be. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Susan. What a treat today. So Susan is such a beautiful teacher, and I was so fortunate when I started on my spiritual path to have many sessions with Susan. The thing that for me that Susan assisted me with is when I started on the spiritual path, I had a transformational checklist, to-do list. You know, because I like to make lists.
I remember.
And I had things I had to do and people I had to change and situations I had to change. Wow, that went well. Really well. Then I had to figure out it was me.
Oh, yeah.
Me. I had to do the work. I couldn't make them do the work. So that is really a gift. Hard to believe, but it is when you have that connection with divine source within, those things change. It wasn't me doing it, which I really wanted to, but it was that inner transformation.
Yes.
So thank you, Susan. That was a
Yes.
really beautiful gift this morning.
Thank you.
And that's what I love about our centers. We have so many beautiful teachers, so many people invested in each of us, and in that deep gratitude, it's just a great time to do our offering in that place of gratefulness, kindness, and love. So we're going to do this together.
Together. Love it.
We trust,
We trust in spirit. Love is the giver and receiver of all that we are. We offer this gift. It is an outer expression of our inner abundance and compassion.
Our gifts bless many and return to us multiplied in miraculous ways, so that we may give again. And so it is.
And so it is.
Blessed always,
Blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen. Thank you.
Thank you again to our choir who stepped up today. So beautiful. So we've made it to the end of the service. We have a few more things. If you're here in person, please go to the hospitality after, get a treat, visit the bookstore, find an ambassador or someone to talk to if you're new and have questions. After service, if you need prayer or would like prayer, you're celebrating something or working through something or want to get in alignment with your energy, we'll have practitioners down here at the front of the sanctuary that love to pray with people. So come get a prayer to help you carry out through the week. I know tomorrow might be a little rough for some of us as we go to Memorial Day services and things throughout the county. So we want to be able to anchor into that love and peace and truth that we learn here and carry that throughout tomorrow. So to do that, we're going to do our closing affirmation. So together we are going to say, we are love, we share love, we serve love, in every part of our lives. Thank you for our lives. And so it is. So it is. Thank you.